OPL with your choice of an apple or raspberry and custard pie for just $4.
Welcome back.
Good to be here.
I feel like
Just got the best couch.
Well, I'm kind of like, as we were upstairs, I was like, oh yeah, Rusty, Spawn, game 1, game 2. Boy, I hope it goes well for them.
This game doesn't, like, in all honesty, like, we got exactly what we wanted this game. Like, the draft couldn't have gone any better for us. Like, obviously, we have to play another game versus the Chiefs. So, but, like, everything here was, like, perfect.
Yep.
And then they were just a better team.
Yeah.
Sometimes shit happens.
Yeah.
Like, or sometimes if you're a Mammoth fan, good things happen. Triple runs over a game, right? I don't like. I'm not annoyed at that game. That was just a very good performance from Triple. He's been the MVP of the league before. You can't hate. The guy's got skill.
Can't hate. You can forget, though. Apologies, Triple. I'm glad you two weren't here for the interview. It was awkward as shit. No, it wasn't. I forgot that. As soon as players change jerseys, I'm like, you're a brand new person to me, and I'm like, you're looking forward to? Are you ready for a stage game for MEO? And he just looks at me and goes, well, yeah. I mean, I won there last year, and I was like, oh shit, quick pivot. Yeah, but I'm talking about Mammoth in general. He's like, well, 4 out of 5 Mammoth players won there last year as well. I'm just like, all right, we're done.
Damn it.
Cut the interview. No, I mean, that's a really stacked lineup. And I think, like, everyone's been saying this, right? Like, coming into a week where you have second in Mammoth, who could potentially have been first if they didn't have their rocky areas, Chiefs, who are currently first, and then into Avant, who are also very, very hungry. It's always going to be a tough week. But Mammoth, as an overall, like, look the goods at the moment. Like, I was talking to them. I mean, I kind of already gave it away, right? I was talking to them at the airport this morning. I'm like, how you guys feeling? They're like, yeah, really good. We're really looking forward to, like, building some momentum, like, having a really successful gauntlet, having that second place, playing 1 best of 5, and then crushing MEO. And I was like, this is a team that literally has, like, a purpose at the moment. They're, like, bound by that. And they're all on the exact same page with where they're at. So they're certainly an impressive group of young men going into that tournament at the moment.
Yeah, and it was mentioned during the cast as well, but form is the most important thing coming into the end of the split. You know, think back to Split 1 order. Form was massive for them through the gauntlet. They really found themselves.
I miss those times. Can we talk about that just a little bit longer? Tell me more about Split 1 order.
And that game from Mammoth felt a lot like the finding of form and the starting of something really special for them, right? And you mentioned Triple Spawn. That's absolutely the place that I'd be looking as well. Like, that was a big game.
Because you got to pick your poison, right? Yumi's busted. Corky's real good at the moment, flex pick. And then his Azir's as good as his Vladimir. But Azir you can never get on. And we don't play very many get-on comps at the moment, even though that's kind of what Order is famous for. So I think, like, you know, as I said, that kind of went as well as it could have gone, and then they were just too good.
Well, I'm glad that both. Don't take this personally. I'm glad both of you lost, because at least there's some balance upstairs. Like, because it would suck if, like, one person was really excited that the other person was down. It's nice that 2 of you are down.
I actually disagree. I was here the whole of last split when I knocked Bryce out of Gauntlet, then I knocked Rusty out of Gauntlet. And it was actually really nice to be able to step on my co-workers on the way out. It was, you know what?
Yeah.
We should do that again sometime.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you.
We had a moment, though. It was good. We hugged it out.
We did.
Yeah, no, I remember that. That was nice. You were insufferable to be around, but the hug was nice. All right, so Super Week continues. Before we get to the next stage, something else continuing. Oceanic Community Amateur League. The open stages. Almost 200 teams have taken part. You can still sign up for your team's last chance to be part of this OCAL open stage and win some RP. Head to the league client for more details. Unfortunately, Rusty, it's not going to happen for us.
Yeah, I've done the maths for everyone in this room. I wanted to make a team of 5 with us all here. I reckon we could make a pretty deep run in an amateur league tournament.
I reckon.
But it's on Mondays, and that's during scrim hours.
When all of us work.
And we're at gauntlet time, and you guys are at work. It may be not possible.
That does not
is what
seem,
I'm saying.
that seems like a bad
I don't
use of
know.
our
My
time.
next week is freeing up rapidly at the moment. So I might be free for some cheeky Monday Night League.
I would love to do this. If they're running this next year, I would love to do that.
We need to give you... You're that busy, you need 12-month notice on a social engagement.
I really do. But I reckon that if we put together a team...
What about 2 weeks' notice? Like, let's just say MEO happens.
Yep.
OPL's done.
Yep.
There's 1 more week of it left. Can
Yep.
we do it on a Monday?
I don't think it's still running on a Monday, is it? It's only 2 weeks left. So
I don't know.
can we get in the
No,
last
it has
week
to be
find
this
out?
week.
It has to be this week, I think. Yeah. Yeah. The next one. I'll prepare.
All right.
Okay, I promise. All right, good. And during the break, we also checked out those pick band numbers as well for the champions.
I didn't. You guys did.
Rusty did. I wrote them down. Most banned, Aurelia, 47 bands. Sejuani, 45 bands. Yumi, 38 bands.
Oh, I got 2 out of the top 3.
Most picked, Ezreal, 32.
Oh, what a gross champion.
Jarvan and Yumi on 24 each.
There's
Yeah,
the
there we
Jarvan.
go. There's the J4.
There's the Yumi. So I would say Yumi,
Is most picked band.
most picked band. There you go.
Absolutely. She's like,
Looking at the
I
numbers?
think she had like a 94% presence. I think she's gone through like 2 lobbies or something.
I didn't even play Yumi. I can say broken champion. I've absorbed that much of you guys. Okay, cool. Let's jump into the Nick bag a little bit.
Sure.
Okay? Let's see.
Your bag is what with questions?
Girthed. I'm just getting word that they don't have it ready. So it's just too heavy to pick up.
That's all right. We'll
It's
give you
too
some more
girthy
time. Ready
questions.
and go. Thank goodness they had it the second time around.
That would have been really awkward. But also, it would have been the OPL way. I love this. First one. It's a butcher update.
Oh,
Coming in
right.
from Pixel Honey. So I played the reverse card and shut one of my colleagues in a chiller, but it turns out there's another door out the back. So, I don't know if that's a win. Also, someone brought in a live goat on a leash and asked us to slaughter it and chop it up into chops for him. I'm guessing he was just passively aggressively telling us we don't stock enough goat meat. Needless to say, we didn't kill him. His goat's name is Richard, by the way.
That's
So,
a lot to take in.
There's a lot to
That's a
unpack in
lot.
this. There's a lot.
But no question. So unfortunately, moving on to the next one.
She did put a question mark out the back. So and then question mark. So technically, there's a question.
Okay.
I think you've no, because the
So it
first
is
part
a
of that
win
was a
still.
question.
Yeah.
That's a win
is
because
a
you've
win.
learnt there's a door.
Yeah.
I mean, but is it a loss because you didn't realize there's a door? And not only do you work there, but you've been trapped in that room multiple times.
Nick,
Yeah.
learning is never a bad thing. Never make
That's-
fun of how people learn
You're
and
right.
at the pace of which
You're
they
right.
learn. You should be embarrassed. Of
Never
yourself.
shame knowledge. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're so unobservant that you didn't.
Maybe the
realize there
door
was
was
an
just
entire
above
exit,
You can't see it from the
5 foot
shelf.
11.
and she never looks up.
She never saw the
Straight
handle.
ahead. Yeah. Okay, good. And I'm glad you didn't kill the goat. Also, given the grammatical structure of your email, it also
Or
kind
the
of looked like
person.
you were going to chop him up. I'm glad you didn't do that as well. Question 2. This is from Nobi111. Unfortunately, this one came in last week and we didn't answer it. I have a really bad nosebleed. What's the best way to stop it?
Is he dead?
I'm worried he's bled out.
He might be dead.
Would you first of all, answer the question.
Ice pack.
Ice pack?
Yep.
Contract it.
Yeah, vasoconstriction. So heat is vasodilation.
You don't wanna put
Make
fire on
sure arteries, capillaries, everything, veins open up.
Yep.
Cold makes it shrink.
Yep.
So don't light your nose on fire when you have a nosebleed.
Boom. There we go.
What you should do
really
is
important.
dunk it in a
Although,
cryo freezer.
if a doctor asks whether you want part of your nose lit on fire, the correct answer is yes, because they could cauterize whatever's going on up there.
Oh, okay. So just like a localized fire,
Yeah.
like a
Just
small
a
campfire.
tiny fire.
This is all your knowledge of marrying a nurse.
Yes.
is really coming in handy. It
It
makes
is.
you seem
Tonight
very
it's been
impressive.
great, yeah.
Except for the fact that you nearly had kidney failure and she saved your life.
Yeah, that's also true. Lemsip Max is actually a dangerous, dangerous substance.
I didn't realize that it has.
Paracetamol in it.
Yeah, I just thought it was like good honey.
Neither did I, Nick. Neither did I.
Yeah, that was a very bad night. All right, next one. But also, please don't turn to us for medical advice.
Yeah, always
Via
consult
email
your
form.
GP.
Yeah, nothing we say is a doctor's advice.
Yeah.
Or legitimate medical advice.
But also, like, the email was written, I have a really bad nosebleed. Not I had.
It's like, get
So,
off the computer. Step one, get off your computer.
Stop bleeding. Stop sending it to asknickboy@gmail.com. Don't send emails like that to asknickboy@gmail.com. You want to send other emails to asknickboy@gmail.com. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So Satley writes in next. Could you put this question on the wall of shame? No, because you asked. I see what you're doing here. It doesn't get on the small wall.
But certainly deserves a punishment.
Did they write it like
Interesting.
Jaden Smith in the email?
What do you mean?
Like the camel case, upper, lower.
No, it's all capitals. Every the first letter of every word
Yeah.
is capitalized.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Jaden
it.
Smith.
Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
Like Will Smith's kid.
Notoriously pisses me
Yeah,
off on Twitter.
Really
Is that
annoys
how he
people.
writes on Twitter?
Everything.
The arrogance.
Yeah.
You think you could defy grammar? I don't like that. I don't like the Smith kids.
Don't you?
I actually have turned on Will Smith as well. I used to think
Oh,
he was
really?
cool. And then he
I
became a
whip my hair back
YouTube
and
star,
forth.
and I'm like, this isn't right. Huh?
I whip my hair back and forth.
You don't have any hair, honey. Next question comes in from Stovey. Hey, Nick Boy and the boys on the couch. Now, we've answered these kinds of questions before, but it's always helpful. I've been playing League since the original beta. I've never made it to gold rank. Still enjoying League, but super stubborn and determined to get gold. I think I've played over 1,200 ranked games last season and got 1 win away from gold. What do you think are good strategies or ways to get better, or should I just give up on ranked? Kind regards, Stovey. So we could go through all the normal suggestions, and I think you should.
You could.
But also, do they need to be persisting at ranked?
Yes. If you're a competitive person, you should play ranked. I'm also gold at the moment, Stovey. Reach out.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get you out of there in no time.
Yeah, you'll carry it
I've
out.
got my calendar's opening up at the moment as we speak, so maybe I'll have some time.
Does that count, though? Being carried out by somebody?
I mean, that
Absolutely.
is a way.
Yeah.
The problem is if you're going to play 1,200 games in a season, will you stay there when you've been carried up? Right?
Absolutely. The floor to fall out of gold is so hard. I've been on lost streaks that you would not believe, my friend.
I mean,
the barrier to fall out of diamond
Yeah.
is impossible as well.
Yeah.
Once you're in diamond,
You're just done.
you're
for
in
life.
diamond.
Yeah.
You can collect 1 LP for a win and -19 for a loss.
Yeah, they say
and still stay in diamond.
grass is greener on the other side, but once you get to Diamond 5, there's just a mud fight.
Yeah.
Like, you can't
It is.
escape it. Even if you're a challenger player trying to climb, you get stuck in Diamond 5. It's impossible, and it's also very funny.
Yeah.
And so, besides teaming up with you, 1,200 games, that's a lot of games. Potentially the system works.
Halve
and-
your games, watch them back.
Yeah.
That's my last piece of real advice. Halve your game plays, watch your mistakes back. Because like you're obviously playing a lot, and I guarantee not all of it's sinking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'd also say stick to, like, 1 champion in each role. I don't know what they play.
Yeah,
They
okay.
didn't say
Yep,
anything about
no-
that.
no
but,
more
like,
information.
Simplify the champion you're playing so you can learn what your opponents do, like, in every matchup, and then it's just easier to
Or
play.
find a champion that can be played in every role, like Volley Bear.
Thick bear.
That's true.
Bryce is so excited right now. Look at that grin. Look at that Bryce grin. Look at it.
Yes.
Look at that.
Or
Oh,
allow
I
it.
love volley bear.
Yeah,
Yeah, take it a step further and become a true one trick. Because
Yeah.
you can climb so hard just like overcoming bad matchups just by knowing your champion better than them. Like I literally climbed like to diamond with just Alawi.
Bryce,
Look,
you're
what's this
literally
face?
This
a
is
top
what you
10
do to people
support on the
when
server,
you play
probably
Alawi.
still.
Say that again?
You're probably still a top 10 support on the server.
Except for mid-game.
Any
Shut up,
advice you have of climbing out of gold is incorrect and also unusable.
No, just play.
Just be an OPL champion 4 times.
Okay, no, the thing is, people get stuck. Play champions with agency. If you're playing solo queue and you're trying to the best way to win solo queue is to win laning phase. Like, don't play scaling. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
do
okay.
something, pick something that can do something
Is that
early,
right?
and then when you do the thing, 100%.
What about like the Tryndamere mains that just whack turrets all game?
Yeah, but they
scaling.
also they scale well, but
What about
also they
Janna?
just E forwards level 2, and if they don't, they just coin flip the game.
What about Janna?
Janna's lane is actually pretty good.
But she's a good scaler. She's got like
Yeah, I mean,
50,
well,
Run
50%.
ignite, max W, win lane.
She's actually skewed because like she's one of those champions that cleans up solo queue because everybody makes mistakes. Like she's an outlier, and I've never played Janna to climb. I think it's a bad way. Or most
Bryce,
competitive.
you played
most
Janna
competitive
to climb winter.
stop-
Don't you
no,
give me this.
Stop talking. Most competitive support players turn from Thresh 1 tricks and then expand their champion pool, and I think that probably
Yeah.
tells you something.
Thresh Pike, probably
Yeah.
the 2
But
best
they're not
supports.
trying to get to challenger.
But even
They're
if you're
trying
trying
to get to
climb
gold.
low,
You play
No, I know. It still applies.
I don't think so. I think that
Well, I don't know.
I was reading a thread, right? I was reading a thread about Shen.
Yep.
Not to turn this into an argument.
Please.
But I was reading a thread about Shen, and like one of
Okay.
the biggest barriers in gold is like people's attitudes.
100%.
And if you play another carry and you have a bad game, you degrade people's attitudes. So if you're a Yasuo one trick, even though he can win lane,
Well-
if you die once, the game's over because all your teammates start flaming you. Whereas if you play Shen, everyone's on your side. If you play Janna, you're the good guy
The
of the
thing
team.
is, you're misconstruing my statement. I said agency. Thresh hard, Pike hard, pick Alistar. I'm like Shen is easy. It's not Fiora. You can play like what's agency top that's hard, like Jax. You know what I mean? You can pick Jax, Darius, yada
Or
yada.
you could play Garen.
Just pick something that's
Garen.
easy, consistent, but also has a button to do things because you don't want to rely on people.
Wow, he's
play
so
Alawi.
jaded.
I
I think be the linchpin of your team. That's what I like to do. When I'm really trying to climb, I'll play like the Shens and like the tank junglers, and I'll be the motivational speaker. I'll
Yes.
be the guy that is
No.
like, good job on the solo kill. Don't worry
yeah,
about
yes.
the flash
That
top
is,
lane.
that is, and
sure.
ironically, people like that know me from when I was a pro player. This is funny, but the most important 3 things you can say in solo queue are MB, GJ, and TY. When you screw up or anybody screws up, you say my bad. It doesn't matter if like your AD carry is, you say oh my bad. And then when they do well, you're like oh good job, good job. And then when somebody saves you from doing some dumb crap, you say thank you. And that's how you win.
Manners is what
That's how you
Bryce
win.
is saying. You want to get to gold? Use your manners.
Use your manners. Well,
And a Shen ultimate.
while you two have been yelling at each other, I've actually been talking to Stovey in the chat about this, and they started off by saying, "I love how it's just turned into crap on Bryce." But then they mainly do support and ADC. They play MF, Ashe. So like pick a champ, stick with it. Use your
Mike or
manners.
They're
Thresh,
both good.
probably the
MF's
best
good.
role.
They're both good.
But they're both good.
They both win lane and they both can do things.
Right, so the problem is you, Stovey, so it's not the champions, so just get good. All right, speaking of getting good, our next game, Chiefs versus Legacy. If Chiefs take this one out, they are a lock for number 1. They are a lock for the stage.
Top of the table, and none of their other games matter for the rest of the day.
Yep. Big
Fingers crossed.
What do you do in that scenario? Do you like...
I hope you just give the win to the other team, to be honest.
I don't think Chiefs are the type of team to see Mammoth get wins and take it easy. If
Yeah.
they've got one, you want to try and stamp that statement. We mentioned form for Mammoth. I think that's true for Chiefs as well.
Absolutely.
Win your way to the MEO.
Absolutely. Keep that ball rolling. Well,
Legacy,
yeah.
cheese them. Cheese them good.
Legacy have chance... Like,
I want to see a Kled mid.
I'm not going to say...
I want to see a Kled jungle. I want to see a Kled AD carry.
5 Kleds.
5 Kleds and bring in Stovey. I'm not going to say that you're a King Slayer, but you're certainly like a King... Because, the Chiefs will still be King. But like, what? Like Mima? King Niggler? Maybe just
Yeah.
a little niggle.
King
just
Poker.
like, oh no, King Poker.
Yeah.
You can be a King Poker. A King Kick him in the shins. All right. Let's head into the Magus Champs like 4 game 3.
Amazing.
What? I love when he runs out of things to say. It's the best.
It's the art of doubling down.
Yeah,
Bryce.
he just commits.
Yeah.
Commits.
When is the blue shell coming? Is the story for Legacy?
Surely it's this week. I haven't seen Legacy look that happy
I mean, it
on
has to be
stage.
this week,
right? Right, but like, no, genuinely, like we took a look at the lineups as they were talking, and like Legacy are laughing, talking to each other. This is, and I saw Chaz's tweet. I think it was yesterday, right? Like last scrim set with the boys for a team that can't make it to playoffs. Like this could be it for this 5 like collection
This
of
setup,
players
yeah.
minimum, right? Maybe they play together under a different org, same org next year. Some players split up, whatever. But this is it, right? This is the weekend, and yeah, they want to make it happen.
Yeah, this is the final party. We'll see if they can do it, because yeah, today they have Chiefs, and they also have Gravitas, they should say, for a final game. So, yeah.
Also,
Cheese 'em.
yeah, cheese 'em. But also, I want to go back on something I said last week. Appy, we came into it and we were like, okay, we know like very little about this guy. Playing OCS, he was actually just like solo killing people mid lane on Aurelia, but he's a support main. And that got him the berth onto this roster. So like he's not off-role support, anything like that. That's his main role and has good enough mechanics to actually be like in competitive games, like styling on people in mid lane. So yeah, this is someone with a potential bright future. Legacy giving him a shot here is going to be his 2nd weekend on the roster. See how he fares off against probably the best bottom lane in the OPL currently, Raze and Ayla.
Yeah, definitely between him and or those guys and King and Destiny.
Yeah.
For sure, top 2.
But
Absolutely.
when they last faced, King Destiny did get dove level 2, and
Did get
Raze
smashed.
definitely just boomed him.
Yeah,
So
that is true.
I reckon they've claimed it. They've claimed it.
Number 1. Yeah, we do have a Kled Renekton and Gragas ban here from the Chiefs, and Azir, Olaf, and Sejuani here from Legacy. Obviously, Kled, big pick recently for Legacy, kind of transitioned off Rummel into Kled, so have taken that one away. First pick of Kiana, and Legacy over to them. Looks like they will be playing relatively standard. Do have the Lovers duo just being locked in.
I really thought for a second we were getting the Mundo, but not going to be the case. Remember last time these teams played, it was TN in that Riven game, so certainly nightmares there for Paprise, and the Red Demon's going to be starting at the top side here for the Chiefs. Swiper not to be seen in this matchup, and see where they kind of go with it. Karthus has received a bunch of bans recently, but not a lot of playtime. Only is going to go back on that pickup here.
Yeah. Some Requiem's coming through this game. Can be picked up relatively early. And yeah, looking for the next Chiefs pick right here. One solo laner. And we'll see if they look towards the bottom lane now, or whether we'll have a flurry of bans come in from Legacy shortly. Yeah, we'll lock in the Nautilus now.
All the pro players in the OPL, does only look the most bored in Champion Select?
Ooh.
I think he does. When he was like locking, you know what I mean? Like his face right now,
Yeah.
middle, he, you know what I mean? He wishes it was over. He wants to just start killing
Sure.
some golems. He's, you know what I mean? He doesn't
He's
care.
not just getting into game,
He's
man.
just like, come on, like, whatever.
And you
There's
know,
no
it's probably
nerves.
not exactly like what is going through their head, it's just how they look.
Yeah.
Like at the moment, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
he has no care.
Because every player like does something different in Champions.
Yeah.
You know, like some people are relaxing, some people are very talkative. What type of player were you, Bryce? Because I can't see you.
No, I never shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know if you
Would
can
you
tell.
prefer to play with other players who are like the same, who are just like very like energetic? Or
Well, you need a mix. And the same way
need a
that
straight
like
man.
you
Like-
need role players on a team to be successful. Like not everybody can carry every game, but you also like for every person that talks a lot, you have to have someone that doesn't talk enough. That doesn't talk very
Yeah,
much,
right.
Like otherwise, you're just all screaming garbage over each other, and that just means nobody hears anything.
I'm trying to figure out where the silver and the black begins and ends.
Yeah. I feel like the reflection on
Yeah,
the
it's
light
not
as well
helping.
is it's really not.
Looks cool though.
Yeah.
The bans will be bot laners, as we were just talking about. Lucian and Ezreal banned away, and it will be Camille and Elise. I don't know why it was so difficult looking at that champion for a second.
Yeah.
And Legacy also picks up the Akali here for Chaz once again.
Expected jungle lock-in here for Legacy, something that can punish the Karthus early. Silas maybe going to be that answer. You can steal away the Requiem. I was thinking maybe the Zac as well, but Raze. Patented Warwick Hover. I'm expecting the Kai'Sa to come through. Kai'Sa Nautilus and Desire Rakan very common recently, and that would make a lot of sense here in my head, given the Lucian is gone, the Ezreal's gone. Okay. That could be cool. Or not. Because he could spell shield the stolen Requiem.
True.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, among all the other standard abilities
Right,
that come
right,
through,
right.
but like, yeah.
Yeah, that is, yeah, that will be locked in into the bottom lane. So we've got the Sivir Nautilus into the Lovers duo, into the bot lane. We are just looking for a solo lane now for the Chiefs. Probably going to be top.
Yeah, would expect the Kiana to go mid lane. Out of everyone, top lane, Tien would be able to pick that one up. Has been grinding the new Pantheon. Of course, we're not on that patch this time, but
Excited though.
yeah, he's pretty keen about that one. His win rate is currently utter garbage. Though,
I saw it on
so,
Twitter, yeah.
It's yeah, maybe
Like
not
5 losses in a row.
maybe not OPL ready just yet, but he's working on it. He's getting
yeah.
there.
Put it in the think tank, and it will be Jace in the end here.
Yeah.
So yeah, interchangeable for sure, but again, you probably would expect the Kiana mid. Go on, do it. Alright, it will be the Aatrox in the end, and that will likely go to top lane.
So, semi-standard stuff here for Legacy. You would expect Chaz has played a bunch of these games on the Akali. I like Appy and Praedyth on the bottom side. We saw in the last couple of weeks, like during that point of time where you were looking at Legacy and it's like, okay, when is the upswing going to happen? They like ventured pretty far away from standard bottom lanes, right? They were going much more of the mages, much more of the weird stuff. Now back towards Desire Rakan, super potent. I've said it all split, like Praedyth, one of the most consistent performers, giving Appy a very aggressive player agency, and the Nautilus makes a lot of sense. So is standard. I like what they've put together in Chiefs with a much more risky draft here, not a tank in sight, really.
Yeah, we're kind of hyper standard actually for Legacy here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I feel like almost every game I've seen the entirety of the split for Legacy has had something in there that was not off meta, but also not like the go-to, first pick every single game, like Kled, like Rumble, you know. But yeah, this is like as vanilla ice cream as you can get here, possibly for Legacy. And yeah, into Chiefs, Karthus pick that we typically don't get to see with the amount of bans usually on second phase coming out from a lot of teams.
Yeah.
And the Sivir as well, which is just going to basically just be Raze turning into yet a Roomba once again. And just go through the map and soak up minion waves left and right. And yeah, we'll see you. Today is the day he'll get the double CS numbers.
Yeah, certainly could be it. Very squishy comp, kind of alluded to. Very volatile lanes, actually. Jason Kiana here. Could be a spicy one from the Chiefs side of the coin.
Yeah, and joining us as we get into game, our last coach and only second coach today. It is Volt. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
All right, so yeah, how are you feeling? How's the team feeling right now? Because we're going into final week right here, and obviously Chiefs #1 just need to win this one game, and you are locked first.
Yeah, but
we're planning to close out strong. We don't want to just win this game that should be a gimme and then kind of troll against the other teams, because we don't want to just like screw the rest of the standings. Like our game against Order, if we win this game, we could just throw it away and have fun, but it affects Gravitas, it affects AV, it affects Direwolves, so we don't really want to do that.
Bit of a
Plus,
dog act. Yeah.
plus, yeah, like from our perspective, we really want to just close out the split. We're on a 7 win streak or something right now. It'd be really nice to end the split with 10 win streak going into MEO. So that'd be super good for us. That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah. 100%. Bit of a level 1 stack here coming up, but I want to ask, did the Riven game have any, was it involved in the decision-making process in starting TN here versus Legacy?
To an extent. Everything, like champion pool goes into decision-making.
Like team matchups, yeah.
Yeah, so like there is a lot of opportunity to play Riven into Power Prize. There's not many answers to it. But it's more so like we think Romeo's, TN's matchups into Power Prize are all good, not just specifically Riven.
Okay. And I want to ask you, I'm not sure if you've seen the games that have happened today, but Baron is definitely a bad time. If you guys get a gold lead here, how many attempts is it going to be for Chiefs to take down the big purple worm?
1 or
Okay.
0 if we just end the game before Baron, hopefully. That's
okay.
like that's it's an early game comp.
Yeah.
So with Kiana,
Sure.
Jace, Karthus, I think we can like maybe we're closing out the game before we take Baron. That's a possibility.
Yeah, a bit of a speed run. And going into most likely MEO for you guys, who are we expecting to join you in MEO? You know, I feel like there's a lot of contenders now.
I think Mammoth are the best team after us. I think, or even like with us. I don't think we're clearly better than Mammoth or Bombers, but I think Mammoth are like the one that edges out Bombers. A little
Why?
bit.
Like, what is the edge they have over the Bombers?
Bombers
if
struggle
you're willing to like,
I understand. It doesn't really affect how we play against them. So Bombers just don't. They just struggle a little bit with closing out games, and Mammoth are so punishing if you don't close out. I have flashbacks to week 1, day 1 of us just losing to Mammoth after getting an immense lead, like 10,000 gold up, 2 Barons or something, and Hips down. They punish a mistake if you close out, and I think that's how they would beat Bombers in a Gauntlet best of 5. That's how Gauntlet goes.
Yeah, cool.
And if you have the chance now to be a Prophet, do you think there is any Black Horse team in the race right now? Because like obviously we're going into Gauntlet. Do you think there's possibly a team who could make a run?
Like to MEO?
Yeah, to
So
MEO.
like, can I include Direwolves? They're
Yeah,
like the
absolutely.
4th team. I think Direwolves are really good. I think they're almost up there with Mammoth Bombers right now. I think they're probably the team that could make a run. I think I said earlier in the split that like Raze and Totoro are both LCK players that eventually will come online, and I think they're coming online. I think they've done pretty well recently, and I think they should pretty comfortably slot into 4th after this week, and then potentially be able to upset Mammoth or Bombers or both.
Very interesting. Gus looking for a gank onto the bottom lane here. Raised low, looking for the flash. First blood. Flash away by Ayla. Oh, I should have sent you away a couple seconds earlier. I'm sorry, Volley. Thank you for joining us. Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, best luck over the weekend.
Yeah, very early first blood. Okay, mid lane already. Incredibly low as well, but yeah, that was just very nicely played from the Legacy bottom lane. They set up the wave in a good position. No wards came out from Chiefs, and Guts is down there sitting in a bush lying in wait. They also blow the spell shield before anything happens. So yes, uses the flash to commit to the play, but yeah, that was a very swift one, and Zaya Rakan is a matchup that can punish you pretty heavily if you do fall behind. So this is definitely a good start here for Legacy.
Absolutely. Kill goes over to Guts in the jungle as well. Only gets a little bit extra time onto the map right here. Hasn't gone for his first back yet. Will get himself the crab on top side. And get that slow down. And yeah, Guts goes back and picks up, or had the stopwatch. I believe he used it. Or no, it's going to come up at...
Yeah.
So went back
Not
and
10
got
minutes
the
yet,
stopwatch.
but he's okay. Only looking for his first gank. Not a lot of CC between a Jace and a Karthus, but damage numbers are incredibly high. If Paprise commits, could be in trouble.
Knocked against the wall, buying a lot of time right here. Hits him with the wall of pain. Paprise looking to juke, but Skittle will find him. You don't have that much movement speed early game, and that would be a nice kill.
Yeah, just very easily executed there for the Chiefs. Know exactly the play they're going for. Knocked him against the wall. Very hard to miss when you're slowed, have no flash on the Aatrox, and no dashes available. So Paprise does get taken down, and I kind of want to spend a minute to talk about this Karthus pick, which is, it's somewhat interesting. Mid laners just trading here and there, but when you take a look at kind of the matchups, right, and the trajectory of this game, it's something that the old Churnfire Direwolves were very good at doing, which is, like, you pick priority lanes and then, like, you play for the prio, and normally people, like, send a jungler with, like, a mid laner to roam to crack open the map, something like that, yada yada. But Karthus, he just eats jungle camps and then, like, doesn't realistically want to be at the play. So you have another option where, like, if you have prio in your matchups, like, that was obviously a very early gank, but once you get to mid-game, you can just push your lanes and just open up space for Karthus to clear. For him to genuinely do nothing, if you find a fight, Chiefs are very prone to fighting 4v5s and winning them anyway, so they might be happy depending on how this game progresses. But yeah, Karthus does kind of change things and switch up how you have to play in that middle stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And those trades that you're not quite strong enough to win, suddenly you just become a kill threat. Guts looking towards the enemy jungle, only just ripping through the jungle as a Karthus is wont to do. Chaz low in the mid lane, yeah.
Second time. It was an Ignite for Flash trade, and it wasn't on screen, so not sure how it started off, but very early. Did already get forced out of lane. This is going to be a second base, and Claire, without jungle intervention, straight 1v1, has himself a 20 CS lead and blown the Flash 2 bases at only 6 minutes on the Qiyana. This is a monster lane phase so far.
Yeah, with a no teleport lane as well, this is wave crashing, so that advantage is basically in the stick. You know, that's at least 50% of that wave, that tower going to fall down. Has picked up a 500 gold lead in laning phase just through CS.
Without a kill as well. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like 300 gold coming out of nowhere when you take someone down. It's all of the gold that is accounted for on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Not to mention, like the base timings kind of mean this won't come through. But when you get such a big early lead, you force a flash out, you force a reset. Especially volatile mid matchups like Qiyana Akali, means you hit level 6 first and you can just look for the all-in. Like the kill threat is so easy. That's a flash though.
Oh, Appy looking for it, but Karthus waiting in the brush, jumps out, hits him with the Q spam. That will be the first kill onto Ayla. Pradiff low. He's gonna survive with the health potion. And Chiefs walk away, another advantage to Legacy.
Yeah, Chiefs had the read only, was already there, but it just does not mean anything. Flash commit from Appy, Guts gets onto the backline, and another kill goes over to the Sylas, this bot side of the map. Okay, rinse and repeat of last time. It was a bot gank, Raze died, and then...
cutting into someone dying mid.
Yeah. So the response is there, but certainly... For a lane I call the best bottom lane in the league, they're struggling.
Yeah, absolutely. And meanwhile, we're sleeping on Claire into the mid lane in this one. Picks up the kill 1v1, top lane, 1 versus 1. Tian's going to get a lot of follow-through damage. Paprise doesn't trade off right here. Wait, is this the solo kill? Paprise takes down the red team.
Yeah, this is everything we did not expect coming into this matchup here. Chiefs having a very rough early game, and Paprise turning this around. He's already been ganked, blew his flash, trying to live. And we'll take another look at what happened mid lane. That's just... Claire spotting him walking back towards the mid lane, wards over the wall, slams him into it, and yep, there's nothing you can do. Once you've been smashed into the terrain, you've probably already screwed it up against a Qiyana.
Yep.
Ignite ticks down, and farewell.
Hopefully we can take a look at the top lane play as well. I know you guys need to queue that one up, but that was straight up over aggression and disrespecting from Tien. He had flash in that trade, steps forward because he wants to be in range to punish with Mercury Cannon as he goes back to turret, and Paprise is like, wait, I have Q3, I just killed him.
Yeah, I just
turns around and kills
just
him.
slaps him.
Yeah.
Slaps him into the ground, and yeah, he was like tanking 3 range creeps, a cannon minion. All of those things certainly do add up, and one of those cases where you spent so long just winning lanes, winning games here for Chiefs. It's kind of one of those things. The assumption is there, like, oh, he's not going to fight back. Like, I'm already winning this match.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's already been ganked, has no flash, he's on the back foot, but yeah, Paprise just beats him down, and yeah, solo kill on the top side with a CS deficit, now swinging that matchup.
The revenge of Paprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and you're right, you know, like, I think mentality definitely does pull into it in somewhat. Yeah, double ward for double division.
Yep. They see everything.
Yeah. Look, clear that one out in a hurry. We'll get the rest of this minion wave. Cops is still waiting here, actually, just in case Chaz steps forwards. And is now just paired up with him. Both spotted on that ward, actually, as to rotate towards the bottom side. So the bottom lane should not get caught out right here. Looking potentially for this dragon.
Yeah. Only in terms of like people going under the radar. You were saying Claire in the mid lane playing very well, but you look at a jungle lead where like one jungler has a 2-0 and the other guy, it's like a Karthus, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, like Guts is playing well, like he's beating Only. Only has had actually a reasonable game right now, right? He was there for the counter gank in the bottom side. Yes, they don't win, but the bottom lane is just straight up weak as Zaya Rakan being forced on them, and was also looking to counter gank. So he's just put his jungle on farm, has been everywhere that the Sylas has looked to go within reason, and is actually pretty strong right now. They're roaming down the river. May just face check here, but turns around.
They wanted the collapse, but Claire is strong enough where he just turns on Chaz. Will jump away and will survive, but that entire play fizzles because of the priority they had mid lane.
Yeah, Guts Thinking about the flash, had E2 available, the chain's connected, that could have been a kill onto Only. Remember, doesn't have the summoner available, and oh! Okay, Ignite ticking down.
Requiem.
Oh, no-y.
Yeah, no escape from that one. And yeah, Claire did enough damage where it just sets him up for the home run.
Yeah, because like the nuance, it's like, okay, like dash to me, I have the E, W over the wall, Rakan saves him, but yeah, Karthus hits the R button, that opens up the first big dragon spawn of the day. It's been air on air, and Mountain Dragon for the Chiefs. They're continuing their reign of good dragon RNG, and certainly feels good now, only taking a look at bottom side.
Better seems have better RNG. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, stopping the recall as Oni is
go.
waiting for it. Sprints out of the brush, tosses out the Feather Storm, manages to connect the dredge line, jumps in to find the knockup, just back towards Pradev. Appy defends the bottom lane.
Does so well to dissuade the gank. All of the ultis come down from Chiefs, and is not enough to get the kill. Double summoners burnt from Pradev is very rough territory. Nautilus may also have the Demolish proc if he wants it, but Raze is just going to be left alone with the turret plating, something Chiefs do so well. Claire wants another piece of Chaz.
Oh, man. I don't know if there's many pieces of him left, to be honest. Closer with the Q. Not quite enough for the kill, but still Flash in the mid lane and Ignite here for Chaz as Paprise is looking for a top lane to mid lane gank. Guts also waiting in the wings by the tower, but Claire is not going to get ganked today. Waits back by the minions. Something was definitely tipping him off. Probably saw the Aatrox leave lane downriver.
Well, also they have kind of a cheeky ward in the Rift Herald pit. I'm not sure if that's one of those ones you just kind of throw over the wall and only see inside, or if it would have spotted him out. Okay. Depending on how far right the Aatrox is hugging, maybe they just watched him wander down the river, but...
It's like the tiniest of windows.
Yeah. This is, interesting one, as Chiefs are just going to start this one off. Raze also resets bottom side and is pathing up, so this will just be straight up conceded here for Legacy, but are looking for a potential dive onto TN in the bottom lane.
Yeah, TN is very far back, however. Also had an advanced ward there, so it's going to see Guts and is very aware of the play, but this will be at least 2 plates in the bottom side. Now Herald going over to Chiefs, looking towards the top lane, and placing down immediately Claire into the bottom lane. 1 versus 3. TN just taps them for the assist, and we'll get the kill.
Yeah, Rift Herald popped at the same time as well, so Aatrox going to be 1 versus 3 under his own turret. If he looks for the defense, Hook is on. Very nice dash, gets Paprise to safety.
Not much you can do 1 versus 3 with Herald in tow. And this should be the tower, to be honest. And the bottom lane, pressure still coming out from Legacy, but after losing a member, will be quite difficult. And yeah, TN is able to defend this one, so Chiefs will get themselves the first tower of the game at 13 minutes, as the plates are still up.
All of the gold available, given to the carry members you want to see right now. Siva, Karthus, both getting that. They're going to get a bash into the inner turret as well. Guts looking to defend his top laner, and will be in the area long enough. But can they actually recommit for the entire turret here? Shelly falling low.
Plating down. Guts forces the flash out there. And down to about 40% HP now. Yeah, not going to commit to it, but it's definitely a possibility.
We'll tell Ayla we didn't see that one, but we did.
Yeah,
and that's what's important.
Definitely did catch on camera for the thousands of people. Bottom lane goes down just before the plates fall. Another 20 seconds to go.
Yeah. And before we get too far away from the play I'm talking about, I want to note like how big that solo kill was for Paprise. He was getting shoved in. Karthus ganks early behind him, like he loses his flash, gets pushed in, and then it's like, okay, Jace with an assist, he's ahead in the laning phase, I'm just going to sit underneath my turret, but that turnaround play in a Jace lane meant that he was getting enough priority to push in the lane, keep Jace underneath his turret, wander mid, and like look to relieve some of the pressure from Chaz, right? And that's, like, that can't be understated. It didn't mean anything on the scoreboard. Chaz still 0-2, having a very rough time, but the Ninja Tabby, like the buys he got from that solo kill, having the pure health, the CDR, the Kindle Gem, and Ninja Tabbies are so effective versus the Jace. He really, one man just opened up an opportunity Legacy probably shouldn't have had on the top side, and yeah, certainly was keeping them in it so far. Gold lead isn't the biggest right now, but 2K is getting there.
And it feels like one of the biggest problems for Legacy remedied in a single game, right? It's like almost a different look, a different future that could have been, right? Like, top lane gets priority, what does that achieve? Suddenly that helps out mid lane, which is struggling. Bot lane was doing fine on its own. Like, Apik joining the lineup as well, like, single-handedly diffuses a gank. Like, it's things like this that they didn't have before. And yeah, you know, like, yes, this is very late on. This is like the 11th hour, or maybe past it now for Legacy, but you cannot deny that we're 15 minutes into the game, and they are pretty much neck and neck with Chiefs.
Yeah, 100%. Pretend that we didn't see that one either for Ayla.
Don't worry about it.
The bottom lane now under fire. One Akali versus the world right now, but the rest of the boys are coming. Guts reasonably strong right now, but may just face check a Nautilus. They want it.
Yeah, they're going to catch them right here. Here comes the teleport as well. Appy low, Raze even lower, flashes away into the hands of
dead.
Chaz. Gets the kill. Paprise is going to ham on this one, gets a double knock up. Tien low. Praedif still pushing forwards. Can't quite catch up to the rest of the Chiefs, but they're on. There is no Tara here. Just flashing forwards. Chain gets the kill. 500 gold in the bank. Shuts down the Karthus. Turns around with the Requiem. And that will be the setup for the Requiem kill off of the Shock Blast.
Yeah, and somehow Chiefs are able to scrounge a kill from the back end of that one. But yeah, interesting turn of events. Legacy, they have the numbers, but it's a very proactive TP. And a bait in the bush there gets Naut ulti onto multiple members. You kill a Karthus and it's hard to chase over the top. He's so useful from the grave even. And yeah, at the end of the day, gold lead sitting at about roughly the same territory before we got into that kerfuffle.
Take a look at the gold real quick. Obviously, huge advantage in the mid lane, but 1,000 gold advantage into the top lane here for Paprise. Bottom lane, bit of an advantage here to the Civ. To the Civ there. Pretty much off the farm exclusively on that one.
Well, it's just the plates, right? Like he was
And
top
the plates,
side,
of course,
yeah, gets Rift Herald thrown into the turret, everybody leaves, so he gets the gold. He got bot turret solo as well, so Raze. Out of all like the 80 carries, like I guarantee you other pro 80 carries look at how Chiefs treat Raze. You know what I mean? It's like, man, it would be good to play for the Chiefs. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like he's the Uzi. He gets like both Raptor camps and mid lane farm. He gets everything. Maybe dead here though.
Speaking of, nice spell shield just on the backside of that knock-up. And now Chief maybe looking for a counterpunch in this mid lane. Hook lands onto Guts. He's so low, but only gets taken out in return. His body, though, might be enough to defend the rest of the team as they kite back, but that's another kill over to Legacy.
Yeah, so much fight in Legacy. They face check the Karthus, but opt in anyway. Guts just one-taps him at the end of the day. Morello's is completed. Paprise rotating to the mid lane means nothing is gained off the back end of that one. You see map somewhat skewed, where Akali left alone on the bottom lane, and Jace, same can be said top side. If nobody goes to match, that turret, of course, did receive a Rift Herald headbutt, so could be under threat, but Paprise will just wander back up there.
It is an interesting conversation, though, like, going back to the Raze point, right? Because, like, the more you give to a player, the more you need to get out of them, right? And the harder it is for them to do so. Because I think back to when I was casting, you know, Uzi in the LPL, and the team would actually give him, like, something crazy, like 30% gold share. But then he was also, like, 200% gold efficiency, right? Like, every game. And, like, to achieve that level is, like, very difficult, right? So I'd be interested to see the stats for Raze, because it's like, if you are achieving those output numbers, it is 100% worth the investment instead of splitting it between the rest of your carries, you know?
I will say a composition with Kiana, Karthus, and Jace in terms of like having a lion's share of like the damage share. That's
competing.
Yes, that's a tough ask, but it certainly is. Not having the game we've seen in recent weeks though. Legacy bottom lane, Praedif and Appy certainly stepping up in this one and reasonably strong right now. 80 carries basically on same items. Just the difference of little Brawler's Glove. It's the only thing right now, but an Air Dragon may just be the contest. Keeps waiting in the wings once again.
Chaz maybe doing enough right here. Clears out the minion wave. Tower still standing. There is a Cloud Dragon once again. Seems like we are cursed with Cloud Dragons today.
Yeah.
Had so many actually.
Tons.
Pretty much only been Clouds, Mountains. There have been 0 Infernals. Chaz just getting caught on the way by, but should just be an easy take here for Karthus.
Karthus single target damage has the bonus from only hitting one thing, so just kind of choose through Air Dragons very easily. There's the Morellos as well, so he's kind of just chilling right now. All of this means that the Jace that was solo killed earlier has some time to play topside just by nature of the turret being down. He can push in so deep and it takes Paprise so long to put the lane back into an even state. Then he wanders mid. In that time, Legacy do lose the Dragon. So Chief still maintaining this gold lead, has been sitting at around the 2K mark for a little while now, but yeah, but by any case, like just taking a look at like the standings on the ladder, like Chiefs have been so dominant. Legacy have had such a rough season, but this game is just squashing everything you would have expected so far.
Yeah, if you hadn't watched the rest of the split, you'd be like, wow, Legacy top 3 team. You know, like, are they competing right here? Like, yeah, Chiefs typically finishing our games like you'd hit the 10-minute mark and you'd be like, all right, well, this is another Chiefs game and we're practically done.
Baron spawned, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, eat that vault.
Yeah. Well, he said it might not be taken and they win. It's
True.
up, but it's not dead
It could be like a one team fight in a dream sort of game.
Exactly.
They would have to get through like 17 turrets.
Yeah, but it's one of those like win a fight and then kill them on staggered, staggered deaths. Like, it's possible.
It's technically, it can be
I
done.
think it looks like the biggest profit in the world as they just get the pick into the mid lane, toss out the Featherstorm wrong way, but just to survive there, Appy jumps back towards his AD carry.
Yeah. Round number 2, Appy saves the Xayah from almost certain death. If the CC didn't land, that was Claire throwing him into the wall, and a very quick Baron start is looking like the play here from Chiefs. Pink Ward spots out the vision that Legacy already have, but it is going to be a difficult contest. No Featherstorm, no quickness from Rakan, and they're very far away. Legacy have an inkling, though. Appy checking the area.
Yeah, he has to very gingerly walk up to the pit, throws a ward over. Yep,
dead.
they're on it. Chaz over the wall, thinking about a steal, hops over, but it goes over the Carthus once again. Single target damage. And Legacy may be looking to chase down Chiefs as they move back towards their base, but I don't know if that is advisable for one's health, as Guts will get called out right here into the dredge line. Tosses out the anchor, finds a triple knockup. Tien hopping the wall, double kill for the Sivir, and gets back there, Chaz. Highest priority in the game, Thundering Blow, triple kill to Raze.
And it wasn't even a Baron fight. They get the Baron, then look for it after, and Chiefs just wipe the floor with Legacy. I mentioned 17 turrets. The mid lane is going to be the first of them, and Claire is a man on a mission right now, looking for the deepest flank of all time, but in the end, we'll just back away.
Yep. Jace is like reverse Scorpion. It's like, get away from me. And you Thundering Blow, and you can't do anything.
And he does.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, and he does.
Mid animation, just flung back to whence you came. That was an interesting one. It was kind of, I was about to say before the fight erupted, like, okay, let's hold that thought. I will say this is a very nice read from the Chiefs. They know they're in the bush just based on the remnants of vision they had. And here it is, R2. It does land, it does do damage, so it's not like he cancels the ability, but
he's just a light year away.
yes, R2 is a gap closer, and that didn't close any sort of gap. But, like, that's a bit of a heads-up play, right? Like, you saw there was no vision in that bush immediately. The pink ward came down during the fight. That's just very good intuition from the Chiefs. It was on the hunt, popped immediately. Ayla's just like, yes, I'm going to hook the bush. If someone's in there, it has to land. If not, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's a 10-second cooldown, so... Yeah, very heads-up play, and Legacy just really caught napping on the Baron. There's 4 realistic damage threats. They had an IE on the Sivir already. Carthus with a Mountain Dragon just eats it alive, so... From a game we were saying was reasonably even at 20 minutes, big lead just exploded.
Yeah, this is the gap. That being said, Claire taking multiple tower shots. Paprise looking for a second solo kill of the game.
Just right-clicks him to death. Flash ends up securing it, and Claire was a monster at the start of this one. Gets slapped back into Death Realm from here, and Paprise is having a blinder.
This is, yeah, 2 solo kills in a single game. Like, a feat that actually not that many other people in the entirety of the OPL actually have as an accolade. And you get it against Tien and Claire. Not bad.
Yeah, they could have.
I mean, we were talking about this weekend, right, as like a showcase for a lot of these teams. Like, it's always the case no matter what league you're in, no matter what team or what era. It's like, you're in a team that has gone on a huge loss streak, and it's for the players to actually showcase what they're made of. Are they going to get picked up by another team? You know, like, show what you actually have as a player to offer. And I feel like if you're going to do it, now is the time. And, you know, plays like that definitely add towards that portfolio.
Yeah, 100%. This is it for Legacy, right? Like, it is about like the individual at this point. Like, nothing team-wide can make a run. You obviously want to go out on the right foot, but individual performance is super important here. Certainly having a good one at the top lane. Next Dragon is going to spawn. Only an Ocean, but Raze is going to be left to take this one down by his lonesome.
I think you'll be fine, though, to be honest. Do have to finish it off, though. There you go. 3 dragons for the Chiefs.
That is the tiniest bit of efficiency. You know what I mean? It's like an auto attack, or I can move like half a Sivir
and then
step,
boomerang it.
or I can boomerang it. Oh, okay. It's a big bit of damage, but yeah, he's all about it. Gets it, takes down the dragon, and now with that chunk, that may be enough. No 80 carry. Chaz showing in the side lane. Baron is gone, but Chiefs are just whacking on an in-hit turret.
I mean, kill towers so quickly. It's already gone. And yeah, Legacy just kind of caught in the rotation there. Now looking towards this mid lane inhibitor. And Chiefs just move towards the bottom lane, just looking towards cracking these towers open.
Yeah.
Should be able to do it. Wall of Pain is just a very annoying ability. That's a big shot blast. Drops 2 carries down to half. They'll go back to base. There should be inhibitors now here for the Chiefs.
They do the hard part first, right? It is just turret into turret before they even look at the inhibs. And you saw Appy was trying to play for a flank, but no flash really hurts that sort of play from a Rakan. Yes, he is very threatening. Flash up, has quickness, can flash W the backline, and that's a team wipe. You get a Kali, Aatrox over the top, that could be it, but in the end, Chiefs are just a little bit too quick here for Legacy. Sneak themselves a Baron. Legacy have no response and sneak their way into mid lane, just cracking open this base out of almost nowhere. In a 20-minute, 2K gold lead has exploded to 7 only 3 minutes later. Chiefs just turning on.
Yeah, and ultimately that is the power, you know, of the first place team. It can maybe look dicey in the early game, but if they're like, okay, it's time to win, and then, yeah, that's what happens. It kind of explodes right there. Bottom lane, Raze. Yeah, the Hoover of the team. Just in a great position once again. About 3K gold lead, 2K in the bank.
Stays on the map for a very long time, so I'm expecting that was a completed item just being purchased. 4 and 2 on the Sivir. Remember, laning phase was certainly not good to him, but he's incredibly strong right now. Also has a Hex Drinker, so 3 items on a Sivir.
I think that was it, yeah.
Almost matched by the Xayah, but then having the stopwatch and the Hex Drinker on top of it just makes it incredibly safe here.
Yeah, now just pushing the last remaining lane that is not an inhibitor already being broken. Doing it by the books. Legacy sitting on top of Control Ward though, and Ayla getting caught on this one, finds the knockup, goes into the Zhonya's. Claire over the wall, putting out a lot of CC. Ayla knocking up 4 members with the depth charge. Guts flashes away. And now we're back to neutral. Here comes the Karthus ult, and Guts has to stand still and just take it. Now 4 versus 5. Legacy trying to get back to base as Claire is looking to run interference. Jumps forwards, Paprise, zoning them away as they retreat back to the mid lane, but providing plenty of time for the rest of Chiefs to take down those towers.
1 versus 4. He's like a border collie just walking the sheep away from the top lane, and that's going to be the last remaining inhib taken down, or is it? They just straight up want the Nexus. 15 seconds still left on Guts. Appy.
Wow, actually catching Legacy in rotation back towards their base right here. Gets Appy down. And with the last inhibitor dead, minions flooding into the base. Paprise doing what he can to clear out these minions, thin it out even. Chaz stepping up, so you can finally assassinate, but the dredge line shuts him down. Paprise, oh, rather Pradev caught here. Guts stepping forwards, just coming back from base, but Chiefs turn it all around and just looking to wipe up the rest of these kills. Finish off the paperwork, get that kill onto the top lane, get some revenge. Guts on the fountain, and they're going to go for this dive as well. They turn onto the Nexus, and Chiefs pick up the win.
They do pick up the W in shaky fashion that we didn't necessarily expect coming into this one, but at the end of the day, they absolutely secure themselves first seed. We'll have the straight buy into the Melbourne Esports Open. Nobody can challenge. Mammoth can tie on points, but do not have the head-to-head, so closing out their season very strong, as Volt alluded to.
Yeah, locked in first now. She was probably going to be feeling pretty happy about that one. And yeah, definitive first place, you know. I'm not going to say they came out of nowhere, because that's not true. But, you know, Mammoth held the top spot for a long, long time. At the very least, they were tied with Chiefs and with Avant at one time. And yeah, now solidly first place. Yeah. Locked everybody else out of contention. And yeah, it'll be exciting to see them MEO.
Yeah, absolutely. And like to speak about that game, right, like Legacy, like absolutely put a fight to them. Before like that Baron, like once the Baron taken down, you lose 2 inhibs in a, like a cheeky rotate. Like you don't have to fight for it. It's just like, okay, that one was done and dusted. But like Chiefs, like back to the drawing board after that one. Like there was a significant amount of greed that lent to like early game deficits. Raze gets ganked level 2, blows everything. Solo kills from Paprise onto Claire, onto Tien at the top side. And yeah, that's not really the performance they wanted to have. The 2 members for me that really did stand out was Claire and Only. I think the mid jungle did a lot of work that game for Chiefs, and Only ended up the game on like 6-2, like 8-2, whatever he was on Karthus. He dealt so much damage, really did just farm literally everything on the map, and then one hit anybody that walked in his direction.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, yes he did. Yeah. Just saw him walk in and was like, yep,
there
yes
he is.
There he is.
Yeah, no, that was it. But like not the dominant fashion that we've come to know from the Chiefs, right? Like last couple of weeks, especially even against like good teams, their history has been like Mammoth, Gravitas, Direwolves, AV. You heard Volt talk about like their win streak. They want to hold on to the 10-0, but they've been smacking around good teams, and then to struggle early game versus Legacy, that's good signs for the young roster.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely looking good there in the end. Will be the win there for Chiefs. Congratulations on first place. For that, we're going to send that over to Nick Boy.
Thanks, guys. Only walks in. You just hear them talking about the bad stuff. The good stuff, you are a lock for MEO. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You feeling warm? Comfortable?
Yeah, good vibes. Good
Yeah.
vibes. Regardless of the game, like whatever, yeah, feels good.
A win's a win's a win.
A win
You
is a
get in
win.
there. The game, Legacy did put up more of a fight than maybe you were expecting.
They played well. Yeah, I pressed tab and I saw the enemy jungler was 2-0, and I just AFK farmed for like the whole game. So
Yep.
yeah, I don't know.
Well, you ended up very strong, so I think
I did.
it ultimately worked. You're heading to MEO. How do you, as a team, stay motivated, not only for the rest of the weekend, because you've still got 2 more games, but then during Gauntlet when you're not playing, how do you keep the ball rolling?
Honestly, I think watching the gauntlet like is motivating in itself. Like you get to watch the other teams. I want to play in front of a crowd again. It's been like, I think the last time I played in front of a crowd was Rift Rivals.
Rift Rivals? Yeah.
And that was
You
sick.
did well.
We did
You
well.
were a hero.
We did really well, number 1.
Yeah.
And it was like so much fun. Probably like.
Got it here somewhere. There you
Do
go.
we really?
No one.
Oh yeah, yeah, very good. Yeah. Yeah. No, I just love it. I love playing in front of a crowd, so I want to do that again.
And for the teams that you've got, who do you want to play at MEO? Who gives you the best shot?
Oh, okay. So like, okay.
Or who do you want to play to like prove something, if it's like that?
I would like to verse. I'd like to verse Direwolves, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might be a surprising answer.
That is a surprising answer. Why?
I don't know. I'm quite fond of their jungler. I think he's really, really good. So I would like to see how he does in a best of 5. Yeah.
So this is a pride thing.
Yeah, definitely like a personal thing. My teammates probably would love to verse Direwolves, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
But for me, I want to verse Direwolves. Yeah.
All right. Well, Direwolves, I mean, they're in it. They are in it to win it. So it could happen. Congratulations. Please send our best to the boys. Enjoy. Are you on again tonight or you're...
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got one
game
more
after this
and
one.
then you got one tomorrow. But congratulations to the Chiefs. Like Thanos, they are inevitable. And so are we. We'll be right back after this.
In this one, takes the kill 1v1, top lane, 1 versus 1. Tian's going to get a lot of follow-through damage. Paprize doesn't trade off right here. Wait, is this the solo kill? Paprize takes down the red team.
Yeah, this is... but they just face check a Nautilus. They want it.
Now going to catch him right here. Here comes the teleport as well. Appy low, Raze even lower, flashes away into the hands
is
of
dead.
Chaz. Gets the kill. Paprize is going to ham on this one, gets a double knock-up. Tian low. Kratos still pushing forwards. Can't quite catch up to the rest of the Chiefs, but there is no Tara here. Just flashing
lands.
forwards. Chain gets the kill. 500 gold in the bank. Shuts down the Karthus. Turns around with the Requiem. And that will be the setup for the Requiem kill off of the Shock Blast. Know if that is advisable for one's health, as Guts will get called out right here into the dredge line. Tosses out the anchor, finds a triple knockup. Tien hopping the wall, double kill for the Sivir, and gets back there, Chaz.
Or is it they just straight up want the Nexus? 15 seconds still left on Guts. Appy.
Wow, actually catching Legacy in rotation back towards their base right here. Gets Appy down. And with the last inhibitor dead, minions flooding into the base. Paprize doing what he can to clear out these minions, thin it out even. Chaz stepping up, see if he can finally assassinate, but the dredge line shuts him down. Paprize, oh, rather Pradev caught here. Guts stepping forwards, just coming back from base, but Chiefs turn it all around. And just looking to wipe up the rest of these kills. Finish off the paperwork, get that kill onto the top lane, get some revenge. Guts on the fountain, and they're going to go for this dive as well. They turn onto the Nexus, and Chiefs pick up the win.
A little goes a long way at Macca's. Enjoy a delicious small cheeseburger meal with your choice of an apple or raspberry and custard pie for just $4.
Welcome back and welcome back. The strongest lungs in the room.